Hello, good evening. And this is the case. This is the challenge that was posted last Friday. And this is the 1st of August 2026. And this challenge was posted on 28th of July. There are some cases. There is a given table across A and D columns. And in the first column, there is room types, check-in date, check-out dates, and base rate of the rooms. So there are some multiple cases. Let's check out the cases. The first case is calculate the amount paid per room type for December month. So we need to calculate the revenue only for the December month. And it says it continue like a blank checkout date means the room is still occupied. So on checkout dates, there are some blank cells. So in here, blank checkout date means the room is still occupied. So because of I will only take control of the December 2026, I think it will be correct if I would write on the blank cells like 31st of December 2026. And I continue to read the other cases. Any occupied night falling between December 26 and December 31st includes a flat $50 surcharge added to the base rate. So taking into consideration check-in and check-out dates, if the date range falls between the 26th of December and 31st of December, we need to apply an additional $50 surcharge amount onto the base rate. The surcharge is not applicable if room has been rented for minimum full December months. So looking at the second item, for example, the room type is deluxe, starting from 1st of December and end up with the 31st of December. It is full month of December, so surcharge cannot be applied in here. And let's start with the one by one. We need to create the cases, and my aim is going to be create a Gantt chart in order to check out what's going on. Actually, day by day, I will look for every day is to be applied the base rate or base rate plus surcharge amount. So the first case is we must handle is a blank checkout date means the room is still occupied. Onto the checkout column, if the date is blank, it says that it is still occupied. So please don't forget that we need to do the summation for December 2026, and it means that if we would write 31st of December 2026 instead of the blank cells, it will not be incorrect. I'm selecting all of the checkout dates. I'm writing if function. If it is 0, then give me the date of, write me the date of 31st December. Otherwise, same dates can remain. So this column is my revised checkout dates, revised C column. And the other case says that the surcharge is not applicable if room has been rented for minimum full December month. For example, the second item, deluxe, check-in date is 1st of December, checkout is 31st of December. It covers the full month of December, so it says that surcharge is not applicable. Similarly, this one, starting from the 15th of October, end up with the 31st of December, it covers the full minimum full month of December, and surcharge cannot be applied. So I'm writing a formula for other case. If check-in less than or equals 1st of December, then ends. If checkout is, if it is greater, but our revised checkout date is now here, I column, so I need to take into consideration this one. If it is greater than or equal to 31st of December, and if both cases are working, so in order to work them both together, I need to use the multiply function. If both are true, then it gave me 1. So I marked them. If both are true, I marked them with 1, otherwise 0. So the values which are 1 means that the surcharge is not applicable. According to the last case, surcharge is not applicable if room has been rented for minimum full month, because they have the minimum full month occupation. For example, here starting from the 20th November and with the 31st of December, it covers the much more than full month of December, so it is marked by 1. So if it is 1, surcharge amount, which is additional $50, is not applicable in here. And after that, we can create a Gantt chart with sequence function. My Gantt chart timeline will go to horizontally, so rows will be empty, columns, the column range, the timeline range is maximum of those dates, and it will be minimum of same check-in and checkout dates plus 1. It will start with the minimum of those dates, and the timeline will be increased by 1. Always it will increase by 1. So let's check it out, starting with the minimum of those check-in and checkout dates, and it will go up until the maximum of the check-in and checkout dates, which is 10th of January 2027. As you can see, there is not any bigger date than 10th of January, and it will start with the 15th of October, which is the minimum date. So when I look at the timeline, I want to make the table smaller as possible as I can. So I'm using this kind of vertical text shape, and I'm decreasing the width of the columns to 3. Then I'm ready for writing my Gantt charts. I'm ready for writing a formula for creating my Gantt charts. And first of all, I'm starting with if ends. If the first date of the Gantt chart is greater than or equal to check-in dates, and if it is less than and equal to checkout dates, then give me the base rate of this room, comma, and base rate, otherwise 0. This formula for handling the base rates, but it says that base rates can be applied only there are some cases, and we need to take into consideration them. Only any occupied night falling between 26 December and 31st December incurs a $50 additional surcharge amount to the base rate. So if this date is less than 26th December and if this date is greater than 31st of December. And I think we need to use OR function in here. So if our dates on any date on timeline of the Gantt charts is between the check-in and check-out dates, or if it is less than 26th of December, or if it is greater than 31st of December, then it is a base rate. Its base rate is original base rate without adding on to adding any additional surcharge amount. So how about the case with application of the surcharge amounts? We will write vice versa. If this date is within the range of the 26th December and 31st of December, and if this is 0, if this will equal 0, this column needs to be 0 also. Equals to 0. Then we can apply the surcharge amount. Base amount plus 50, otherwise 0. This is the end. This is ends. And the other case is those dates can be within the range of 26th of December and 31st of December, and this value can be 1. So otherwise, so in that case, we cannot apply the surcharge amount. So copying this formula, instead of 0, I'm writing this formula, but in here, I can write 1. So in that case, the rate will be original base rates and otherwise 0. So I create my formula that harbors all of the cases that in order to solve this problem, and let's check if it is working or not. There are lots of O1. Instead of O1, I'm writing A, defining the variable of A, and for every O1 I'm writing A now. I will do the same thing for B2. Instead, B2 I'm writing B by defining B instead of B2 and writing this one. Okay. And instead of M2, I'm writing C now. Instead of D2, I'm writing D. Instead of I2, writing E. Closing the parentheses, and now this formula is created only for the minimum or first date of this timeline, and I will apply this formula all alongside of this timeline using bycol. I will write bycol in here, selecting all of the timeline, defining the variable for O. My next variable can be maybe F. Instead of O, I'm writing F now, closing the parentheses. I applied the function all alongside of this row now, and it's working because it's quite simple comparing with the other items, because other items have cases, but this doesn't have any case. Start with the 10th of December and end with the 15th of December. It's working good. Let's check it in here, for example. In this row, it is much more complicated. If it works, there's one more. Yeah, instead of D5 we can write D, and okay. According to the case given, 28th of December must be on the 28th of December surcharge amount must be applied. 28, 29, 30, 31st, and after 31st, only the base rate must be applied. Let's check if it works or not. Yeah, it's working very good. Look at this, very good. Surcharge amount is applied, and after that the original base rates. Let's check other one, for example this one. Taking my formula to here, just drag down to their expect slots, and 31st of December must have a surcharge amount which is 180. 1st of January must be 130. It's working also very good. So I think this means that our formula is working good. And after that, I can apply this formula all alongside of these rows, because it is now this is now formulated for only the first item of this table. So in order to apply this to the rest of the table, I will use map function. I can use also reduce function, but I will not use it for now. I will use reduce map. For this, I want to bind all of the columns with text join. The delimiter can be comma, ignore empty, first text is this one, second text this one, third, fourth, fifth, like this. And I spliced all of them with comma. I will correct the direction of these texts to their original places, original direction. And after that, I want to use slash at the end of the text join. So this means that I want to merge all of the rows with slash, or we can say that I want to separate all of the rows with slash, because at the end I will text split. I will use text split in order to split the commas with using text split function, and I want to text split the rows with using splash or slash. Sorry, not splash, slash. Okay, after that I'm using map function to apply this formula all alongside of these rows, comma, this column, comma, lambda. I can use the variable because there are 4 columns and 4 variables needs to be written after lambda. So lastly, I used f, g, h, I, j. Instead of b, I need to use g. Instead of d, I need to use h. For I, need to use I. For m, I need to use j. Closing the parentheses, and it is working good. As you can see, the rows are separated by slash, columns separated by commas. So this is still an array function. I want to turn the formula into one cell, so I'm using text join again without any delimiter. I will splice all of the formula into one cell. This is on into one cell now. As you can see, the other cells are empty. This is on only one cell, and after this point I will split them up all together. Text splits. For columns, I will split columns with comma because I spliced them with I had spliced columns with comma. Now vice versa, I will apply vice versa, and I will text split rows with the slash. So this is working very good now. As you can see, there is something problem here, because if it is 1 in here, yeah, if it is 1, oh, okay, it's working good. It's very good. But the only thing is, there is something problem. If this is 1, this cannot be applied. Surcharge cannot be applied. But here I see that there is surcharge applied. The other ones, for example here, surcharge is applied also. So it's not good. Something wrong. So I need to write a formula like if it is 1, yeah, it is greater than, it is within the range of the 26th of 26th of December and 31st of December, but this is 1, so the base rate needs to have original, but here it's not working. As you can see, instead of D2 I must apply H. H is not written in here, so it is, as you can see, it is empty, or it's not working inside the formula. So instead of D2 I need to write H. So I think this is working now. Let's check. Starting from October, yes, this is working now. Formula is working good. For example, here it is 1, and yeah, the surcharge amount is not applicable now. It's working good. And after that, as you can see, this is now recognized as text, because we all use text functions. It is linked to left side, so Excel recognizing this value as text, it's not value, so I'm using value function to make it number. Now it's working. So when I look at the challenge, the last case is calculate the amount paid per room type for December month, only for December month. this values needs to be calculated, so I'm writing like all alongside of this timeline and months. I'm writing the months of these dates on the timeline, and they need to equal to 12. It brings about true and false. True for the December month, and I will write like if it is December, this function means give me the values of those Gantt charts. So as you can see, for only December months, I have the values starting from the 1st of December to the end of December. So everything is going well, and after that, row by row, I need to make summation of those rows. So I'm using by row to do this. Row by row, I will make them sum. I will sum them, and I'll take this amount to here. This is the totally 24,290. Let's look at the December month. It needs to match with this amount. 24,290, so it matches, it's correct. And after that, this is very important values from now on for me. I'll try to complete this answer expected table. I will use group by function. It says that it says define for me the row fields. So those are my row fields. Selecting my row fields. Those are my values, and the function is sum. And field headers, I don't have field headers. I don't want to use the field headers. 0. Total depths, I will not use grand totals. It is 0 also. Sort order will be ascending because it starts with the D, S, S, V. So it is ascending order. Ascending means 1. Otherwise, descending means minus 1. Mine is 1 because it is ascending. Filter array. These are not important for now, for time being, and I'm getting my results. It's slightly different than the answer expected. There are some differences, or let's say, okay, some differences, but there is not any match. What's problem? I don't know exactly. Maybe the case says that between 26th of December and 31st of December inclusive. It's only defined that 31st of December inclusive, and 26 may not be inclusive. So maybe in the formula I can correct it like this one, not equal to, and this can be equal to like this. This one not equal to. Maybe this can work. It still not works. Yeah, still not works. I don't know what's the problem, because in order to check it out thoroughly, I create the Gantt chart, and my Gantt chart is working properly. So this is my attempt to solve this problem, and thank you for watching. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.